Hi friends, this is Vinod Raj. In this video, we are going to see how to change the server-side encryption with platform managed key to server-side encryption with customer managed key for the OS disk and data disk. By default in Azure Cloud, if you create the virtual machine will be having server-side encryption with PMK only. Many of the organizations require to create CMK with SSE. So let's see how to do it. So we are going to create now SSE with the CMK. For this we have to create first key vault, and then we have to create the key, and then we have to provide IAM role assignment as key vault reader, and then we have to create the disk encryption set. Once we have created everything, we need to change the disk encryption type. So for this purpose we have to stop the virtual machine, and then we will able to change the encryption type. If it is a data disk, we need to unattach the data disk, and then we will change the SSE with the CMK. Let's see. Now I am going to my virtual machine. Let's come to settings. If you click on the disks, you can see the disk of your virtual machine, OS disk as well as data disk. C is OS disk encryption by default SSE with PMK. See, data disk also I don't have data disk. Let's create the data disk and attach to the VM. Create and attach. Okay. Discard changes. Okay, we can create here. Click on disk. Create. Select the resource group, give the disk name, data disk, and then I'm selecting no infrastructure. So if you change the size, I am choosing 4 GB. Okay, and then next encryption type. By default you will have only platform managed key. Next, review and create. Deployment progress. Once it is succeeded, we can see deployment success. Go to resource. Okay, now I have created successfully data disk. Let's go to the VM. Click on disk. So I need to attach the disk which I have created. Attach disk. See, that disk. Click on that disk which I created now. Apply. See here, if you are creating any data disk, by default it will be with encryption of SSE with the PMK only. So these things only we are going to change, as well as OS disk and then data disk we are going to change as SSE with CMK. Let's see how to do it. Now we are going to create the key vault. Okay, create the key vault. Key vault. Type in search key vaults. Yes, create key vault. Choose the resource group, enter the name of your key vault name. I'm giving Vinod Vault, and I am choosing the region, the name already taken. Okay, Vinod Vault, I am giving Vinod Vault 777. Okay, region I am choosing Central India. And then standard leave as it is, and then I'm giving a retention period, so 7. If you want, you can leave as it is. Next, configuration, access configuration, I am giving here vault access policy, and then if you come down, you will have your username, select and then edit the configuration. So I am going to do the encryption. So encryption part, if you are doing, means you have to give cryptographic operation, select all, and then next, save. Now click review plus create. So once the validation is passed, we can able to create the key vault. Yes, it is passed. Create and deployment progress. The key vault is creating now. See, deployment is succeeded. Click on go to resource. So what are the steps we have completed? We have completed the creation of key vault. So second step, creation of key. We have to create the key here. So under the key vault which I have created, Vinod Vault 777, if we come down left side, objects, select on keys, generate. So options I have chosen here. By default it is in generate. Okay, I'm giving the key name, I'm giving Vinod key. Okay, create it. So key also have created successfully. And then what is the steps we have to follow? We have to provide the IAM role assignment as key vault reader. So for this key vault we have to provide IAM role assignment. So add role assignment, select on key vault reader. Where is it? Here, key vault reader, and then next. So select the members. So which members do you want to give permission? Select the members. I'm selecting mine, select, and then review plus assign. So role also successfully added. And then what step we have to follow? We have to create the disk encryption set. Let's create a disk encryption set. Search disk encryption set. Yes, here, create. Whenever you are creating any resources in the Azure cloud, you have to choose the resource group. So I am choosing the resource group, my resource group, existing resource group which I have created earlier, cloudiops.org, and then give the disk encryption name. I am giving the name Vinod CMK. So as per my convenient I am choosing, and then yes, if we come down here, key vault, select the key vault which we created. Purge protection is not enabled on vault, so purge protection is required for vaults associated with disk encryption. So we need to enable the purge protection of the key vault. Let's do it. Let's open the duplicate of this tab. So what are I got? Path protection should be enabled. Yes, it's not enabled. Now go to Key Vaults. We know the Key Vault. So in the overview, if you see here, essential, under the essential, purge protection is disabled. Click on disable one, and then if you come down, purge protection here, enable it. Once you enable it, save it. So now it is updated. So now let's see here. Now we can refresh it here. Not needed. Loading the version. Okay. So validation is passed. Create it. Disk encryption set as successfully created. Now after creation of disk encryption set, we need to give the grant permission. For this we have to click on here after creation of disk encryption set. See what message showing: to associate a disk, image or snapshot with this disk encryption set, you must grant permission to the Key Vault. So I am clicking on here. So successfully granted permission. Okay, and then what steps we have to follow? Okay, we are going to now encrypt the data disk first. Okay, let's go into the data disk. So this is my data disk. So by default you won't encrypt. Why? Because of the data disk should be unattached, then only we can do the encryption as customer managed key, which we created now. So changes, see the error message, changes to encryption settings can only made when the disk is unattached or the managing virtual machines are deallocated. So let's unattach this disk. Go to VM, disk, come to data disk. This is the data disk which I created. Come right side, you will have icon, detach icon, click on this, apply. So now my data disk is unattaching from my virtual machine. Once it is succeeded, let's check it. Yeah, it is updated. Now we can go to the disk, data disk. See, the disk state is now unattached. Let's come to the encryption part. Under the setting, now if you select the key management drop down list, you can see the CMK things which we created. We know the data encryption set CMK. These things only we have created. Select on this. See, customer managed key. Okay, which we created the disk encryption name. Save. See, successfully disk has been updated. Now if you go to the overview, the disk state is unattached. If you come down here in the encryption part, see, earlier it was platform managed key, now it is customer managed key, encryption key which we created, showing here. So let's now go to the VM, in the disk part, attach the disk which we have encrypted. Attach existing disk. See, earlier it was SSE with PMK, now it is SSE with CMK. Apply changes. This is the way we can do for the data disk. So after completion of this, we are going to change for the OS disk. Yeah, it is completed. Now we are going to change like this SSE with the CMK for this OS disk. For that we have to stop the virtual machine, then only we can change the encryption type. Okay, let's stop the VM. Yes, my machine has successfully stopped. Now let's change the encryption type of OS disk. Let's click on the OS disk name. See, encryption type is now platform managed key. Let's encryption, click on encryption, select disk encryption set name which we created, click and then save. Now click on overview, successfully updated disk. Now click on overview, come down on the encryption part. Earlier it was platform managed key, now it is changed as customer managed key. See, encryption key which we created showing. So this is the way we can change the encryption type. So if you want to change it, definitely you need to unattach the data disk and then we need to stop the virtual machine. In a real-time environment, definitely if you want to do the encryption type, we must have downtime, then only we can do it, this process, this encryption process. Now click on disk. See, our intention of this video is to change the encryption type of OS disk as well as data disk. We have successfully done it. SSE with this PMK. Here it is not reflecting yet. Why? Yeah, this I have not given the refresh button. Yes, if I given the refresh button, see here encryption type has changed, SSE with the CMK. Here also SSE with the CMK. So let's start the VM. See, my machine has started successfully. Encryption also we have done successfully. Thank you friends, thank you for watching.